Hello there, this is Manish Bhardia. So today we're gonna cover where should you be storing your files. So in Office 365 there are multiple options. You have heard of OneDrive, we have heard of OneDrive for Business, SharePoint or Teams. What's the difference? Let's cover that quickly. Again, here is my Twitter ID, here is the URL, again Manish Bhardia with ThinkAI. What are the four options? First is personal OneDrive. It's also called OneDrive. Second is SharePoint files. Third is OneDrive for Business. And finally, we have Microsoft Teams also having a files area. Number one, OneDrive. If you are in corporate environment, do not use OneDrive. If you're using, it's not a big deal, but OneDrive is meant for your home PC or the files which is your personal files. Some companies allow the OneDrive to be used in the office machines, and that's fine. However, think about OneDrive for your personal files like photos, family documents, your personal documents which you don't want to share with others, especially in the business settings. Second is SharePoint. SharePoint is an enterprise tool made for file sharing within department, within teams, across department, securely. I would say if you are thinking about anything sharing, think SharePoint. This is a simple look on the SharePoint, how it looks. The document library is the placeholder in SharePoint, which can be easily secured for the permissions you need. And you can easily get a link to the file. You can link to the document, share easily. So I would highly recommend using the SharePoint whenever we are talking about sharing. As you can see on the top, there is a sync button, which will actually sync the files to OneDrive for Business, which is what I'm covering next. Anytime you need a files locally from SharePoint, you would use OneDrive for Business. The sync button will sync everything locally. Or if you're going to be away from the Wi-Fi environment, then you can actually take the files with you with the use of OneDrive for Business. So definitely use OneDrive for Business whenever you are trying to sync the SharePoint files to your local folder. Now OneDrive for Business also have a separate personal file areas. Now that can be used to store the document, like something report you are not sharing with the team or across team. Then you can store OneDrive for Business files just for yourself also. And that has a 1 terabyte per person limit. SharePoint limit is decided by your company's tenant limit. However, OneDrive for Business has a 1 terabyte per person, but it's meant only for yourself, not for sharing. Final option is Teams. Now Teams is very powerful. It does allow you to have chat, meeting, calls, collaboration, co-authoring all in one place. This is a good view on the Teams. You have multiple channels. You can have private channels. You can have files, wikis, conversation. You can include the files in the conversation, tag it, do co-authoring. But when you're talking about files, the actual files getting stored in the SharePoint. So even you create a team, behind the scene a SharePoint gets created. So use Teams for the more cohesive or more intimate collaboration, and it's very quick in the Teams as well. So I definitely recommend the Teams highly. With that, we are wrapping up our 4 differences between all the ways you can be storing files in the Office 365 environment. I recommend SharePoint or Teams as the main mode of structure or storage, and then you can extend using OneDrive for Business. Thank you. Again, my name is Manish. Reach out to us at info@thinkaicorp.com if you have any question. Thank you.